approaches differ than others?
They're really different in two ways. The first way is that our clients usually obtain a very clear understanding of who they are authentically at their really core, at their core nature, their purpose, a clear direction in life, and how they can create a career or a business where work isn't work anymore, but more of an expression of their true nature. And that's what we find 99% of our clients are really yearning for. Not to push more energy, but to step into a sense of flow. So we develop methodologies that show that to people, and oftentimes they're 50 years or older, and they go, oh my God, for 50 years I've been waiting for this information. This is so awesome. This feels like home to me. How can I have more of that? So that's the first difference. The second difference is that we look at everything that keeps them away from that, which we call the emotional system. So it's a very distinct and clear framework that shows the decisions, the behaviors, the belief systems, and everything that holds them away from reaching that home where they want to be. So it's a very empowering module which we go through, and a very straightforward module which shows you, okay, this is what needs to change, and this is what's holding you back, or has so far held you back, has caused all the struggle in your life, has caused all the stress in your life, is holding you back from where you really want to be. So those are the two main differences, and then we put it into actions and into habits and actually help fulfill it. But that's usually very common practice.
Outstanding. I'd like to, number one, for those of you who just joined us, I have Mr. Peter Mattiece on air with us, the Conscious Business Institute. Peter has a very different approach to venture capital, coaching, leadership training, development, etc. One of the most different that I've ever seen, and I'm extremely excited to have him here. My name is Ron Nash. You're listening to The Career Zone. My company, TheFriendZone.tv, and my book, How to Find Your Dream Job Even in a Recession, is available. And once again, we have Mr. Peter Mattiece, and it is my pleasure. We're talking about some strategies and his approach and how he helps to change lives based on the way that he has gone through metamorphosis himself. Peter, I was looking at your website, and I like what I see there. The conscious. So anybody interested in Peter's website, and I highly recommend you go there, ConsciousBusinessInstitute.com. Kind of look around. I like your approach. Under the approach tab, you talk about the organization or an individual, energy, resources. I like your charts there regarding how energy and resources go into your emotional system, operational system, and then you have an outcome. And either it's you get normal performance in the dysfunctional area, or you get exceptional performance. Talk a little bit about the outcomes.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to have a graphic, but it's a little hard on the radio here, so let's see how we can put that in words. The basic idea is that our life is all about desires. You know, we get up in the morning, we want a coffee with milk, we want a coffee without milk, we want a tea, and it stops when we go to bed and pick up a certain book about spirituality or about history or something like that. It's all about fulfilling desires. And the only question is whether we can attract the certain things that are out there or not. So all of these desires are in forms of resources, money, relationships, great vacations. Everything that we want is out there, plentiful. It's always out there. The question is, can we attract it into our lives or not? And the second question that we need to ask is, if we can attract it, do we funnel it into the desired outcome that we want to have, the fulfilled relationship, a successful business or career, or how much energy is dispersed left and right through emotional breakdowns and all these kind of things that we see in our lives, conflicts and everything like that. And what I usually find is that people have a difficulty attracting certain resources, money for example, and usually in companies between 60 and 70% of the energy in the company is wasted and not put into the desired outcome of the company. So we're shifting from that model to where we can actually attract the money, the people, the customers that we want, or the relationship that we want, and putting it into the desired outcome. So it's a much more focused approach. And if we look at the differences between the model where we go, oh my God, this sucks, to the model where we say, oh, this is cool, this is like fun, this life, is really determined by two lenses. And the first lens on a personal level is, as I mentioned earlier, is who we are, our unique purpose, unique gifts and talents, and a clear vision for our own life. And the second lens, as I mentioned, needs to be open as well, is the emotional system. That usually keeps us away. So we have to work on both lenses in order for this flow, in order for this ease to happen in our lives. So we have to work on a personal level and really determine our purpose, our unique talents, and we have to work on our emotional system so that we can actually funnel this energy into the desired outcome that we want.